Alrighty, speaking of, we just been talking about coaches and quarterbacks today, and we're back. We're back with this one on coaches here. So funny, folks. It's just so funny. It's just so funny, folks. Dan Campbell wasn't even the Lions' first choice as head coach. So this is truly hilarious right here. So there's a report coming out that the Detroit Lions offered Iowa State's Matt Campbell an 8-year, $68.5 million deal to be their new head coach. So Dan Campbell was not option one, folks. And of course, who's going to have Dan Campbell as their first option? So it's just an absolute garbage organization that nobody even wants to kind of take. You're a college coach and you're turning down an NFL job. Not only an NFL job, but an 8-year solidified deal worth $68 million. There's no way you're getting paid $68 million at Iowa State. I can guarantee you that. So the fact that this man would turn down the Lions job, an NFL job, a professional head coaching job to start building your resume, plus $68 million to go along with that, and you turn it down? That just speaks to how bad this Lions front office is. And it's just so comical that they had to go and kind of scoop the bottom of the coaching barrel and be like, all right, I guess we get Dan Campbell, who wants to bring a Lion in. A Lion went up to the owner of the Lions and said, can you get me a Lion? That's the head coach that they have right now on their team. So just so comical, folks. We know this Detroit Lions team is trash. We know Dan Campbell is trash as a head coach. We've been saying it ever since the hire. We were puzzled by the hire when it first happened, and now it's all making sense, folks. It's just making sense. It's funny that this man turned down $68 million because that's how bad the Lions front office is. Everything, the general manager, the owner, this is the worst team in the NFL. Matt Stafford had to leave, and Matt Campbell here turning down the job, so they have to go to Dan Campbell. So freaking hilarious, folks. Dan Campbell, we've so far, when we've been kind of tracking, going through the NFL schedule and predicting all the winners of every single week, we've got the Lions still at 0-10, folks, 10 weeks into the season. So it's not for no reason, folks. They didn't even want Dan Campbell. They wanted Matt Campbell. I don't think that's his brother. I don't think they're related. But if they were, Dan Campbell learned nothing from his brother. So that's not a good sign. So how do you turn down $68 million, bro, when you are a college coach? If you were telling me, hey, you're going to be an NFL coach, I'd be like, all right. I wouldn't even want that much money. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be an NFL coach. Now I can kind of prove myself and maybe even be able to coach a good team at one day. But I'm going to get my feet wet here. And I get $68 million. If they're like, yeah, we'll give you $68 million. I'd be like, yes, I'd sign it instantly. Instantly, I would sign that. Folks, $68 million. How do you turn down $68 million? Folks, just imagine what you would turn down $68 million for. Just think of that worst scenario that you can imagine, that it would force you to turn down $68 million, and that's the Lions, folks. That's the Lions organization. Whatever you just thought of the worst place to work ever for $68 million that you would still turn down, that's the Lions organization. So, trash. Absolutely trash. So, oh man, so funny. But then, the Lions are still feeling confident in themselves, folks. They're still feeling confident that they can get it done. So the Lions quarterback coach Mark Brunell says Detroit can surprise like the 1996 Jaguars did, because Mark Brunell was the quarterback for that team. Quote, we were a team that people didn't give much of a chance to do anything. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? No, you've got Dan Campbell as your head coach. In 1996, for the Jaguars head coach, you know who their head coach was? You know who their head coach was, folks? It was Tom Coughlin. He was a head coach, the 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach of the Giants, the kind of player guru that went back to the Jags as kind of a front office type of role and got them back to the AFC Championship game for 1 year. And then, the Jaguars were just complete trash and he couldn't do anything with it. But this is a Super Bowl winning head coach in 1996. That was your head coach of the squad. And when we kind of compare that to what the Lions have now in Dan Campbell, proving nothing. I cannot see Dan Campbell being a 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach in this league. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. So if you want to compare, and if you have to go back, 20 years, 25 years to 1996 to kind of be like, hey, that's the team we're going to be. Well, no, because it hasn't happened in 25 years. That's why you haven't used anything more recent. Or you just wanted to use, or just kind of remind everybody, hey, I was a Jaguars starting quarterback in 1996. And I do want to shout him out because I did look at that year, and he did have 4,000 yards, which is pretty good, especially for 1996. But he also had 19 touchdowns and 20 interceptions, folks. So trash there. So kind of escaped a little bit in maybe a bad year. Came out, just kind of was able to get some garbage wins and make it competitive. I think they ended up getting to, let's see. I think they ended up getting to like the second round of the playoffs there this year. Here we go. They lost the conference championships 6-20 against the Patriots in 1996. So that's the year. That's the kind of team that this Lions quarterback coach Mark Brunell is saying that the Lions are going to do this year. They're going to get to the NFC Championship game. You believe that? Because I truly don't. Not at all. So, I think you're a little off the mark there, Mark Brunell. I think you're a little off the mark.